In olden days, water wheels were used to do most of the work that we now see motorized machines doing, gas-powered machines. So our goal for today is to recreate one in a 3D printing setup. The first thing to do once you've opened up Autodesk 3D or Google Sketchup is to create a circle. And for this one here, you can see that I've created one using Google Sketchup. For this, I've taken two circles, and the interior circle is 33 millimeters. The exterior circle is 42 millimeters in radius. Now, the reason for that is because I want to have enough distance out so that I can have the water hit it and spin that water wheel around. So let's go ahead and get into this. The first thing that you'll want to do is start making some connections. And if you can tell here, they're all angled in a way that will catch the water and spin the wheel. The next thing that we need to do is we need to give it some depth. So if you were to just print this out, it would be very skinny, very likely that it would end up breaking. So what I'm doing is let me go in here, I'm coming off 3 millimeters, as you can see here, and giving it some sort of depth, so it's got some thickness to it. We'll go around and we'll do that for each of those spokes or each of those pieces. And the next thing that we'll do is we'll add our center, our main hub there. And the next circle in here is a fairly small one. It's going to be 2 millimeters in radius. And the reason for this circle is so that we can end up cutting it out and we can stick a rod through it. We need something that can go through it so that way it can spin freely. Next, what I'm doing is I'm giving it some spokes, kind of like on a bicycle. And here what I did was I added a circle that was 30 millimeters in radius, and the reason for it is to give it some sort of thickness along the outer edge. Okay. This makes it easier for these pieces to stay on no matter what type of forces are being applied, to an extent. After that, let me go back here. I selected all of these pieces, all of the pieces that we're going to cut away, and cut them all out just by selecting them and pressing delete. Next up, we need to get rid of that exterior. So one by one, I clicked those and deleted those out. Next up, if you can tell here, we've got a lot of pieces, a lot of lines being made here. I want to be able to get rid of those so that way when I extrude it, when I make it bigger and thicker, it has an easier time doing so. So took each of those and deleted out those pieces. So now if I were to pull all of this, it would pull all up as one piece. Next up, cut out the middle piece so that way I can put that push rod through, and got rid of all the stuff inside of here. Next up, I extruded it out. Now, I extruded mine 50 millimeters. However, extrude yours based on what is going to work for your class and the setting that you're going to be in. You don't want to extrude too much because it's going to make a pretty thick print, and it'll end up taking a lot of materials and time. So this is just one very, very, very quick way of creating your own water wheel. There are tons of others. Get creative, get unique. You've got a lot of different ideas. As you can see here, this is the finished product when it's printed out. Ends up working great. Have a great time with it. Let me know if you have any questions.